Maybe you thought Winter Storm Firm said, you know what? We're just going to go take the Thunder Road and not show up tonight. Not so fast. Not so fast, because we have a head honcho here who, let's just say, is going to tell us why he's going to remain on top for the foreseeable future in the EPWA, and especially with those tag team championships. We'll talk a lot about that. We'll also talk about some other places where I've seen this guy, the WDWA. Yeah, there was this Blaze guy. I got to bring him up. I'm sure this man knows him. We'll get into that. We'll also talk about maybe some other places like Strong Style Lucha on Valentine's Day. Well, he might be your Valentine's Day, but guess what? In the ring, if you're going to wrestle him, maybe don't bring chocolates. And most importantly, we are going to talk about what's ahead here next weekend. Love and War, the WVWF. Though I'm still confused about what happened after the match between this man, his tag team partner, and that cease and desist, and we'll get into them. I'll have an announcement. Plus, I'll bring up some other people that this man has wrestled. This man here, ladies and gentlemen, has actually wrestled someone that's competed for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, that'll be a spoiler. We'll also talk about a guy who always says, find me. Well, find him here, because this man is going to talk about it. And I can promise you, there won't be an avalanche that'll need to apply. And I'm sure we'll talk about the usuals here. But now it is time to formally introduce this man in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. No, I give this man a lot of credit, because in addition to being too ready to quit, well, he's even dressed like he's far from being too ready to quit. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to formally give this guest that introduction. And I think this introduction will certainly be the most of an introduction. Spoiler, I think he knows that clue that he'll get or anybody else's. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start this show off here in style on Sportzwire Radio, the number one global radio station where all wrestling matters. So, with that, without further ado, here on the Sports Report, number one sports show, a man that is certainly a head honcho as one half of the EPWA Tag Team Champions and one of the newest stars of the WVWF. He is, simply put, too ready to quit. He is Debbie Rivera!
Oh, baby. Oh, gas, no brakes, baby. Too real to quit.
The champ is here! My friend, how are we doing?
Baby, we doing good, baby. Excited, ready to get to it.
I am very excited to have you. I mean, we were talking about this, and I am as excited as I've had for a guest in a while. And I have no doubt a lot of people are excited to see you here on this platform. And there is a lot to talk about in only such a short amount of time. So I'll get into it. And especially for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that you was certainly made. And I know you're going to definitely be too ready to quit here, and you'll never quit here on this platform when you're here live. But talk to me about what it means to you to be one half of the reigning defending EPWA Tag Team Champions.
Man, it means everything to me. You know what I mean? Before I started wrestling at Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance, I was coming every third on Thursday like everybody else, a fan. You know what I mean? And whenever I first came to Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance, me and Cisco, we didn't see face-to-face. My tag team partner, we didn't see face-to-face. We went through a long story of simply not getting along. You know what I mean? And to now to come together as one of the top fastest teams getting put together in our first match facing the Appalachian Fight Club, who was one of the most decorated teams at Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance.
Absolutely.
We came out on top. First match put together. So to me, you know what I mean? It means everything to me. Having my wife right beside my side, it means everything to me.
That's an interesting point that you made in that you've got your wife there. And, we've seen this, obviously, this dynamic in wrestling, but it's got to be extra special for you that your other half gets to be there each and every time you're out there. And just talk to me about how special that is for you and how it motivates you to go out there.
It means it's so special to me. Just saying that. You know what I mean? It motivates me to a whole different level whenever I'm sitting there and I'm putting that wrist tape around and I look right beside and my wife's right there beside me to, you know what I mean? Them nervous bugs kick in and she's always there to give me that reassurance that everything is gonna be okay and that we are too road to quit.
I should keep that in mind. I've had all these different people that come on my platform. And I'll think about that when you got your better half when you're out there, and that'll certainly alleviate the bugs. Does that also maybe put pressure on you to do even better and continue to improve on the trajectory that you are because you've got your other half out there? Does that maybe put pressure on you?
Putting pressure, no, you know what I mean? Pressure to me has been something that I've dealt with all through life. You know what I mean? And somebody like me, I've learned to adapt to stuff like that.
Sure.
With her, you know what I mean? I've traveled on the road without her and been put in top opportunity spots that it's either do it now or you know what I mean? So
Sure.
she's definitely a big part, but at times I definitely have to show out without her there for
Oh,
sure.
you do just fine. You do just fine, and we're gonna certainly show some footage of you here in a few minutes. I'm gonna put your YouTube link up. We're gonna
Oh
promote
yeah.
the EPWA, WVWF. But I gotta ask you because obviously we're starting the year out. What are your goals here in 2026? What are some of the goals here for you, DB Rivera?
So my goals is I have plenty of goals for sure. You know what I mean? And one of the goals is taking the next step to get better. And one of the next steps to get better is uh venture out. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm at Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance every third on Thursday, as a lot of people know. But
We have
you
a
can
show this
also
Thursday coming up in Kaiser. I have the poster for it.
yes, sir. But my next step is venturing out to different promotions, get challenged. You know what I mean? When you're in a locker room with the same talent, so to be, it becomes that you can get comfortable at times. Not saying that I do, but whenever I go out and I'm in the ring with somebody that I've never seen before, never met before, it's a different challenge
Hmm.
other than knowing somebody that you know like the back of your hand whenever you go out there.
Oh, I love to see you in some other places and some places that we talk about here in this platform. Right off the bat, I think Mon Valley would be a great place for you, and you've certainly made a home of late in the WVWF. I'm gonna get there, and there's plenty of places I could think of. SSW, Superstar Wrestling. I mean, there's a lot of places I'm sure, and I'm sure that you're gonna get there. And also talk to me about when it comes to going out there and what has made your tag team partner such a special partner for you and how you guys have continued your run as the EPWA tag team champions.
So Cisco, what makes him a special partner is chemistry. The chemistry that me and him
Mm.
have, like I said, is we had a long story, a feud that me and him did not get along. We had plenty of matches. He knows my move set in and out, just like I know his move set in and out. And whenever we're teaming up, put together as a team, our chemistry level, it's different. It's different.
It's a very good point that sometimes things can mix, and these was from last week's show, and you mentioned the Appalachian Fight Club. You guys wound up in competing against them, and I'm sure we'll see that footage when it's out there. And if you are on Facebook, especially, please follow the Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance. You can do that. All you have to do is search Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance. I'm going to put the ticket link up because you can buy tickets to these shows. And it's coming up this Thursday. DB Rivera is a very, very busy man. We've got a bunch of different places ahead, and we're going to talk about that. And Strong Style Lucha is coming up for you on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, your wrestling going to be a very busy month of February. And I was curious about what can we expect from you over there at Strong Style Lucha.
Over there at Strong Style Lucha. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm excited that you asked about that, Tom. That's really interesting.
I try.
See, at Strong Style Lucha, I'm in a big, big feud right now with these two men. You know, I was in a match a while back against Don Murphy.
Okay.
And after the match, two masked men came out, pulled me out, and tied me up. I woke up tied up in a chair. And these two men, whenever I first just went back to Strong Style Lucha for the Christmas show, the Grinch was there. That Grinch ended up being me. And I ended up showing up and giving them a real big Christmas present. And again, that wasn't my ending with them. So at Strong Style Lucha, whenever I get back, I'm going to be bringing a tag team partner for them two men.
Oh, you're coming not alone?
I'm not coming alone this time.
Maybe it's that feeling of being tied up and it knows that you have to bring some backup because of what happened last time, especially right before the holiday where everybody wants those gifts. And I guess maybe you got the message.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you already know, hey, look, and I'm not just bringing any tag team partner. That's the thing. I'm bringing a tag team partner that, hey, if you know, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, but you know what? And I'm going to put that poster because I actually have that poster right in front of me so we can promote that. And so if you don't have plans on Valentine's Day, well, now you might want to have plans on Valentine's Day. So I would highly recommend that you go out there and support Strong Style Lucha because I'm telling you, there is going to be no other place if you're nearby in the area other than being at Strong Style Lucha, especially seeing what we're going to see from the one and only DB Rivera, and he's got revenge on his mind, and we're going to get to everybody here in the chat, so I promise you we'll get your comments, and we've got it right here in front of us, and I'm excited about it. I wish I was nearby in the area, but we've got plenty to talk about, and it's going to take place here once again over in Bridgeport, Ohio. We know a lot about Bridgeport, Ohio, and we've talked about Strong Style Lucha here on Sportswire in the past, and it's going to take place at the Moran Family Center, and you can see a bunch of different people here, and only $15 is a front. You know, think about this: you go out to dinner, you go out to the movies, go out to a ball game. You're spending 3, 4, 5, 6 times that much and some. Kids under 5 free. General admission only $10. And get this: a special 6 o'clock bell time. Doors open 5:30 p.m. You can go to facebook.com/SSL Pro Wrestling. Card is always subject to change, but I know one thing: DB Rivera, because he's right there. He's definitely going to be there, and the card won't be subject to change. And if it does change, it's going to be certainly regardless with DB Rivera. So we're very excited about that, and you can see that poster, and I hope that you join me in supporting Strong Style Lucha because DB Rivera's got payback on his mind, and I can assure you he'll be leaving a lump of coal for whoever squares off with him in that ring. So we'll take that off the screen, and I'm very excited about the future. You know, I want to talk about a man that you've been in the ring with, and I kind of hinted at, because I know there's a lot I got to get to here in a short amount of time, and that guy who I kind of mentioned is a guy who always says, find me. He always says, find me, and now he's collecting now 4 championship belts. He just most recently won the Mon Valley Pro Tag Team Championships alongside Tyler Grayson, and he'll be back on here alongside Mr. Grayson in a few weeks, and that guy who I'd love to hear your opinion on, well, I put some footage up here in a minute, is that guy, Day Jameson. You remember him? You remember maybe being in that ring with him once upon a time?
Yes, sir. Day Jameson. All love and respect. Hey, he is somebody through this wrestling business that I have became to grew friends with. Like legitimately friends with. And I have a lot of love, and I've been in the ring with him a couple of times, not just that one time. I've been in the ring with him at SSL in a triple threat match with.
I got it right here with Avalanche Adams. Yep. Yeah, there it is. I put it up there so people can see it in the background because people always say, "Oh, I didn't see the match." Well, now they saw it. So
Yeah,
you've been in the ring with them, and I mean, I'm sure that we'd like to see more of that.
for sure. Yes, and I also was in the ring with him at USWA, another
Mm.
promotion at Bridgeport, Ohio,
Where he's the
and a
Keystone
one-on-one
State
match.
champion. Yep, he's the
Right.
Keystone
Yes,
State
sir.
champion. Yep.
Yes, sir. And that was a real challenging and interesting match that I was in. I mean, he took me to my limits, and I was coming off hot. That was my rookie year, and my first rookie year, man, I was making a lot of jumps and strides, and whenever I had that opportunity, I was really thinking I was coming out on top with that Keystone State Championship. And for Dave Jameson to once again prove why he has the name that he has in that Ohio Valley area, I mean, it just shows.
What is he like then as a competitor that you've seen in this short amount of time? Because it's funny that you talked about him and what he's done of late. And I always tell the story. You'll probably chuckle at this. I had first had Day on about 14, almost 14 months ago now. And I had him on because a friend of mine is Thomas Taft. You probably know Mr. T3. And he, was one of the first people to kind of talk to me about Day Jameson. We had Day Jameson, and he was kind of, he was certainly in the progress of where he is today. And then I had him on maybe about 4 or 5 months later. Then I had him on again 4 or 5 months later. Then I had him on 2 weeks ago, and this guy is really. It just seems like every 4 months is improving out there in the ring. Not so much in the sense of those championships that he's collected, but as we're seeing it right now. So, what do you think has made him such an in-ring competitor that has got this foothold right now in the Ohio, let's say Three Rivers area?
Uh, Started off with just saying reps. Uh, Stating that USWA show, man. I mean, he's busy. I mean, he's getting to work. Like championships, yes, championships. It'll show it. It'll show the work that he's putting in, but that match that I had with him at USWA, he came to the arena in gear previously because he wrestled a match right before he came to that show. Like this dude's putting in work. Legitimately, he's wrestling show, leaving, getting in his car, and going and wrestling other shows. Like he's putting in the work. I mean, right there, that's
How about what you're doing right now? I mean, you're putting in the work. You got some of the
for
best
sure.
drop kicks out there. I've interviewed
For
Jumpin'
sure.
Jim Brunzello. They say he's got the best, and you got maybe the best on the scene. And I'm seeing you out there with your high flying ability. I mean,
Yes,
you ain't
sir.
too bad yourself.
I appreciate that, Mr. Tom. Appreciate that, Mr. Tom. When we in that ring, we in there to at least put on a show for these fans. Number one, come out on top and safe, and just show everybody exactly why I am too real to quit.
I'll tell you what, you are an exciting competitor. And I was really, so I'm going to get to the WVWF here in about 5 or 6 minutes. And really, what you bring, it's almost like if anybody's a fan of the NBA and they would say a sixth man off the bench provides instant offense. And I kind of feel like that's what you do out there in the ring. You provide this instant offense that I always love seeing guys like you out there in the ring or also here on this platform because there's something about you. You bring that energy not just outside the ring, but inside the ring. And talk to me about your move set and how you've used it to certainly help you gain the success that you've had here over the past year or so.
For sure. Moveset, moveset, it's there. You know what I mean? You'll obviously see the little spin kick, and you'll
Yep.
obviously see the rolling thunders and the blockbusters off the top. But
Yep.
at the end of the day, I'm doing what I can. You know what I mean? To me, it ain't about going out there and doing this move and doing that move. It's about coming out on top, showing. I mean, if you want it, showing you go, but you gonna go out there and go get it. You know what I mean? It's just that simple.
Oh, you definitely do that. You most certainly do that. And I realize we could watch the whole match, but I want to put up your YouTube link because I just noticed you went on YouTube live earlier, and thank you very much for the kind words. But let's give DB a sub on his YouTube channel because he's got a lot of match content on there. He's got a lot of great things out there. You know the drill out here on Sportswire. Support those who support us, and DB is definitely one of those guys we want to support. I
Yes,
want to
sir,
see
brother.
him get to. I want to see him. If you're here for the first time tonight, watching him on this platform, let's get him to 80 subs. Then by the next time he's here, he'll be at
Hey,
90 subs and
let's go.
100
80
subs. So
subs, baby.
let's do it. Let's get him. I got like 9 or 10 people in the chat. So do me a favor. Go out there, hit the sub button for him. He is really one of the more exciting guys that I've gotten a chance to bring onto the platform. And I am sure we'll have plenty of comments. We're going to hang on tight. But we're honored to have him on. DB Rivera. He's definitely too ready, and I don't think he's quitting or he's never
I
going to do
know.
that anytime soon. And my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. Like, share, and subscribe to us. I have to ask you about somebody else. There's somebody else that's in the WWF, which I have to ask you about. I'll get to him on the other side of the chat. But I got to ask you about King Kalua. It's funny because you wrestled King Kalua. And about 2 years ago, I've done some work with Enterprise and Amplified Pro Wrestling. I'm pretty sure I'm in a Hall of Fame with him. Don't double quote me on it, but he's in a few Hall of Fames, and I think he's in either the Enterprise or the Amplified Hall of Fame, which I'm in the same Hall of Fame. But nevertheless, you've wrestled him. This is a man,
Mm.
which I want to point out for our audience. I don't know if people know this. He was a tag team champion once upon a time with Tom Brady. He once upon a time has wrestled Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, that guy. He's wrestled this guy once upon a time who was the 2-time WWF champion, who was the champion longer than anybody other than Bruno Sammartino in the last who knows how long, Bob Backlund. He's also wrestled for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship on multiple occasions. We all know here on this platform, I've interviewed Pitbull Gary Wolf. I've interviewed the last ECW champion, Rhino, and the guy that everybody talks about with his documentary out currently in Raven. I have to ask you, what was it like when you got the opportunity to wrestle the one and only King Kalua?
Wow. Wow. That is definitely a match that I will never forget, for sure. Again, a big opportunity that was thrown at me in my rookie year. A legend in my rookie year for sure. And to be able to step in that ring with Mr. Kalua, it was it was definitely an experience that I haven't had like yet, still up to date. You know what I mean? And it's definitely different being in there with somebody that just by being in there with him and the way that he controls you and the way that he controls the setting and everything in the match. I mean, you can tell that he's been doing this his whole life. You know what I mean? And it's different than like I said, I'm at Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance and I'm there with a bunch of guys where they're in their first 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? So when you're thrown in there with a legend like Mr. Kalua, it's definitely you feel it right off the gate. It's different
Oh, for
for
sure. I
sure.
mean, I mean, you've done a lot, but I mean, this is a guy, and my buddy Rick Del Santo is here, who probably knows King Kalua. I mean, when you think about the history of a guy like this that's still going and has wrestled in the AWA, has wrestled guys that were the WWF champion, and then guys that were the ECW/NWA champion. I mean, what does that present itself to you? And do you get a chance to talk to a guy like a King Kalua with his experiences and such?
For sure. You know what I mean? Mr. King Kalua, he's definitely as you can see, he can definitely give the fans some taste of different words that he has, but you know what I
Yes.
mean? Whenever I'm sitting there and he's definitely a nice teacher as
But he's not so
that's what you're
nice in the
asking.
ring. And you can watch the full match on DB's YouTube page, and I would highly recommend you hit the sub button for him. I see you got 2 subs since I made the announcement, and I see other people have joined in. So do me a favor, go out there. Let's get him to 80 subs. He's 2
Let's
subs
go,
away.
baby.
All you
80
have to do
subs.
is hit the sub button for him at DB Rivera. I want to give a big shout out to Rick Del Santo, the Pro Wrestling Wire, who Miss Courtney Wood does some writing for. So Courtney Wood is on duty. So make sure we'll plug Rick's page in a few minutes here. But yeah, I just think for a guy like you who's still up and coming to have this opportunity, regardless of the outcome of the match, it's definitely one of those moments that is really going to help you improve your career. Not to say it's the same thing that about 7 months ago when Day wrestled KJ Orso, but I think in
Right.
some ways it's a similar moment. Completely two different situations, two different matches, but to have a guy with that kind of experience, very few people anywhere in our sport are going to have an opportunity to wrestle a King Kalua.
Of course, of course, and you were definitely right about that.
Well, you know what? We're going to go get to the chat here. I do want to, one more time, hit the sub button for DB. We'll take this off for now because we have a lot to get to. And I want to say hello to everybody. Plus, I want to give DB something. So please, if you're out there, hang on tight. And let's get to it here. Zilla is here first. Thank you, Zilla. I appreciate you for being on here. I want to say hello to last night's guest, the headline Aaron Blaze, also from the great state of Pennsylvania. Thank you. Thank you, Aaron, for the kind words. My very good friends who are going to be here Saturday night, Hubie Jenkins in the EWA, which I understand one Judo Jones is going to be a part of here. Coming for their I Am the Champion show. How you doing? Hubie is scouting for new talent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Zilla, for being here. I also want to say hello. Speaking of people from the EWA, DJ Storm is in the house, obviously scouting out potential opponents or who knows, whatever else. So thank you to the EWA gang that is here. Love my EWA family. Love all of my wrestling family here on Sportswire. So thank you so much for your support and kind words. I want to say hello to the lovely Marie who's in the house from our team, and thank you for your support. I appreciate you very much, and I hope that you are warm like the rest of us here now from Winter Storm Firm, because we've got that now put to bed with DB Rivera here. We're definitely too ready to quit, that's for sure. Let's get to some more comments. Now, these guys, one half of this team, is going to be here Friday night. I'm going to get to him on the other side of the chat because I got some things that I want to ask you about when it's that team cease and desist. I'll get to them. Don't worry. And obviously the missus is here, wants to say hello. I think this is her way of saying hello. So thank you, Miss Rivera, for being here. Mrs. Rivera, we want to say thank you for your support. And there he is. And, once you mention him, it's like, I will say this on Sportswire, when you mention names, like the bat signal goes off. Day, I got to say, Day is one of my favorites. A lot of people say, Day goes on Facebook Live. You never know what he's going to say. But Day has long been one of my favorites out there in the ring because what this guy has done, you are like a year ahead of him. So if we think about it from that vantage point, Day is only going to continue to grow. And I'm sure Day has more comments. Let's get to further comments. Thank you very much. This is definitely a fire show. It's a hot one for sure. Thank you to the missus. And Mr. Jameson's actually in a good mood. He's usually like saying something or going out there. But let's see what the rest of the comments bring. You've definitely got a lot of. You are bringing the heat. And yes. You have your brother here. Thank you very much. People are definitely happy to see. Which I told you. You asked me, before. You're like, what's it going to be like here tonight? You were like, kind of like getting, I know you've watched some of these, but now you're seeing that. Listen, the people come out for you. What you were thinking? Maybe we'll be here for half an hour. No, I don't think so. We'll be here for a little more than that because the people they like you. Listen, I like to say it. We're in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. You are definitely here, and you deserve to be here. And I'm so happy that many of your peers are getting that chance to say hello. Thank you to the missus. Thank you very much for being here as well. Let's go. And I could see that people are fired. Let's get to some more comments. And the power couple, you might be the power couple of all wrestling right now. I mean, we're not going to say Triple H and Stephanie. I mean, who else are we going to say out there? Come on. Scarlett and Karrion Kross. I mean, there's a bunch of them, I understand. But right now on this platform, it might be you and the missus. So there you go. Thank you, Terrell, for being here. Appreciate you very much. Definitely. And, I want to ask you about this guy. Speaking of the USWA, he always comes up and he's hacked into my system a bunch of times. And at this point, the joke is on Sportswire, we're almost like roommates. The guy that's going to be here Sunday night, he's the USWA Universal Champion. He's also the WVWF Hybrid Champion, Daniel Tafura. I mean, DB. What do you think about this guy here, Daniel Tafura?
Hey, nothing but good words from Mr. Tafura. I've been in 2 locker rooms with him so far.
Yes.
The WVWF and USWA. And in the back, I'm one of them people. I try to watch every match that I'm
Yeah.
not in. I try to
Hmm.
watch every match that I'm not in.
Hmm.
And his match is one of the matches that just always catches my eye out of every other match that's on the card that night. So he's been real impressive. And the thing is, I always make like a slight joke to him in the back. I always come up to him like, "Hey, Tafua, we're gonna have to have that hair versus hair match. That copy of my hair can't have that all the time. You know
Ooh,
what I mean?"
no. I mean,
Yeah. Just
he's a
jokes, though, just
character though.
jokes
And he
because I ain't
comes out
trying
in the red. He
to.
comes out in the red, and the mask made him, do what he did to Phoebe Harper. I mean, you heard about that. I mean, I don't know if that's the idea. I mean, you may want to
All
take his
love.
Universal Championship, but I mean, it hadn't occurred to me that you and him do have some of the same hair colors. But thankfully, you don't come out in a red video. At least it doesn't go red, and then you haven't said "Welcome to the Wasteland," which I'm sure he
Hey,
probably put here in a few minutes in a comment that I'm missing.
hey, that's all my brothers. Hey,
Yeah.
all love to Mr. Tafua. You know what I mean?
We're practically roommates on Sportswire, so for me to say anything negative about this man, it will certainly impact just our roommate situation.
For sure. For sure. Definitely understand about that.
Yeah,
Definitely
there's
understand
names
that.
that we're just not going to say anything negative, and Daniel Tafu is one of them for obvious reasons. And he will be here Sunday night, and I'm sure he'll be here before that because we do have cease and desist here Friday, which I'm very, very curious about your thoughts on. Yes, you are definitely too real to quit, and we don't hope you're quitting anytime soon. And yes, hit the sub button for DB. Please go out there and hit that sub button for DB. I want to get to 80 subs. I
Let's go,
want
baby.
to I want to do that. And I got to plug my friend Rick, who, by the way, he's got a YouTube channel, which Courtney does some work for. Courtney writes for the Pro Wrestling Wire, which you've seen WVWF results for. So I've got to make sure we plug Rick because, Courtney then can't write any more articles. Just kidding. Just kidding. Courtney will really kill me on that. But thank you. Please support Rick. Rick has some great stuff out there. He's interviewed another guy I'd love to see wrestle one day, Angel Santiago. He just wrestled Cheeseburger. Everybody knows Cheeseburger. And he's wrestling, which I'm sponsoring a show on the 15th. You're wrestling Valentine's Day in the great state of Connecticut. He is wrestling Aaron Rourke, WWE ID talent. Angel's in wheelchair in 2 weeks. Yep. Angel's a great guy, another great talent. And hopefully one day you meet him. But Rick has, again, the Pro Wrestling Wire, and he's got a lot of different talent. He's interviewed WWE guys, NWA guys, and him and Uncle Otis. They got some great chemistry, and they do a lot better job talking about pro wrestling than I do. But I got him beat in the music world, so we're 1-1. I'm only kidding. Hit the sub button for Rick. He's awesome, and we'll get to some more comments. So let's do that here now. We got a lot of them here. Yes, hit the sub button there. Yes, hashtag too real to quit. And there you go. And I told you he put in there, welcome to the wasteland. He just, that's how he does things. It's just how he, that's Daniel Tafua. Listen, he's been a staple of my platform for the past year, and I do want to congratulate you formally because you hit 80 subscribers. You got your 4. I told you we get you 80, we got you 80. So let's even go up the ante.
Appreciate all the love.
I got even more people on the stream right now, so let's get him to 85. I want to get him to at least halfway there tonight. I got 4 subs for you tonight. So if you're out there and there's a ton of you here in the chat, do me a favor, go out there and sub to DB Rivera's YouTube channel. It's very, very easy. It's DB Rivera. It's at DB Rivera. All you have to do, hashtag DB Rivera, whatever it is, hit the sub button for him, and you'll see a lot of match content there. And we'll get to some more comments. Let's get to them here. And yes, Zilla. Also, Daniel Tafua did subscribe to you because he knows that we're roommates, and he did appreciate my kind words about him. So
appreciate the love, Tafua.
Yes, thank you, Rick. And also, Rick interviewed King Kalua. There you go. See, I knew that there would be some thing. I'm pretty sure King Kalua, I know he's in the Maryland Hall of Fame, but I think he's in a Hall of Fame I'm in because I'm pretty sure of it. I'll have to ask him one day. But we don't want to do that because we're talking to you right now. But let's get to some more comments. And now, speaking of people, which I was going to talk about on the other end of the chat, but a guy that's also in the same company as you had a few things to say about you when he was here. There's that guy, one half of Thunder Road, the most Dean Mosley, and just what a coincidence you and him are in the WVWF. And I guess I might as well just put it out there and ask you, I mean, what is your thoughts on Dean Mosley and you once again working in another company in West Virginia?
So like I was trying to say earlier, one of my goals is venturing out to new places and testing myself against new talent and new people. And whenever I go to WVWF and I talk to the promoter, the last thing that is on my mind is Thunder Road or Dean Mosley. And whenever I
No.
see the poster printed out and see Dean Mosley's face on it, shaking my head. I don't know what else to say. Shaking my head. Hey, I'm no hater though. I'm a dude that's all about spreading the love. I mean,
Mm,
let the dude do his thing. You know what I mean? Again, if he
mm,
crosses my path, I might have
mm.
to show bro what's up.
Well, you know that that's happened already in the past in other places. And but what did you think about what he did after his match with Dax Preacher? I mean that seemed like some people were kind of questioning that. I mean, you were there, you were in the back. I mean, what did you think what Mr. Mosley did?
That's something that I've seen before. I've seen
Mm,
him act that way. That's him. The thing was is he was at a new place. Nobody knew him. He was the stranger. He was the new kid in the neighborhood that nobody knew. And he took
yeah,
advantage of that. He took advantage of that.
yeah.
100%. And whenever the spot for him to show his true colors was there, he took the opportunity. As he
There's the
should.
footage. Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, I mean, definitely there was, we talked about this on Sportswire and
Crazy.
kind of
Sickening.
I know, and but it's funny because Dean had gave his side of the story, and I talked about it with Courtney because Courtney was here after the show here at New Heat, and this is the biggest show or one of the biggest shows in the WWF history. It's a free show, it's a massive crowd, and he does this. Whereas you in your match, you kind of were confused, but eventually we did see the mutual respect with cease and desist. But Mr. Mosley goes about it this way, and but it's gotten him a title shot. He has a chance to take a championship here in just his second match coming up next week.
Hey man, anybody can take a shortcut. You know what I mean? To me, it takes somebody that's really willing to put in the work and grind to go and get that opportunity. To him, I mean, what type of sick individual after doing their match says, "Let me drop my comb and do this"? What type of individual like comes across your mind and does that?
I don't know. I mean, my friend Maria may tell me, but I mean, I haven't used a comb out there in a while. I mean, but Mr. Mosley, he does, as you know, he certainly has his way of doing things and looking a certain way, and he had his opinions also about the WVWF crowd, and now he wants to make an example of Nate Steele, who for 10 years had fought so hard to win a championship. He's battled endlessly here in the WVWF, and he finally wins the Mountain State Championship, and now the most Dean Mosley looks to be, I guess, maybe the most maybe controversial Mountain State champion, some would say, here coming up next Saturday. Well,
Well,
I don't know.
hey,
I don't know.
I don't know much about Nate Steele, but I know for sure in the back I'll be right behind Nate Steele on that one.
Oh, you know what? I'm sure we're going to be talking a lot about that here, undoubtedly within the next week or so. We have a lot of WVWF coverage. So, in the meantime, you want to watch some WVWF stuff, and I would certainly recommend you hit the sub button for Courtney because Courtney will be back on here and she'll be upset. No, I'm kidding. No, Courtney actually does do a great job. We love Courtney, and
Shout out
we're
Courtney.
very excited about Courtney and all the great work here. So, let's get to some more comments, and I will do that here. And Thunder Road always has something to say. Yeah, I mean, they certainly do. I mean, there's no question that they are part of things. And now Dean Mosley is a part of the WVWF. What a small world. And thank you very much for being here. And Thunder Road is a part of the group that Dean Mosley is in, Zilla. And we talked about that on his appearance a couple of weeks ago. And fix your hair, Thunder Road. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Showing
that's
them.
what they do. And we're going to get to Hype Man Dan Lasers and the Rare Bird Chris Phoenix. We're
Dan
we're almost
Lasers.
done with the
Yes,
comments.
sir.
Yes. Yes, the man that's also got championship gold elsewhere. Yes, we love DB Rivera. And EPWA stands for the Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance, which you can see coming up this Thursday. And they run out of the great state of West Virginia. They got some outstanding talents. I would highly recommend you follow them on Facebook. You can also go to DB's YouTube channel at DB Rivera. So like I told everybody, you got to go give a sub to DB. He's getting closer to 85 subs. I've told you here right now, All you have to do is hit that sub button for him. Very simple. And Rick also wants to say, Rick sub. Thank you, Rick. You're the best. And go everybody sub to Rick's channel. Rick has interviewed King Kalua, and maybe he'll interview some other people at the WWF next. And thank you. I had a great conversation with Rick before we went on the air. And Thunder Road currently unsubscribing. So that's not. I mean, I would have thought that at the very least, but maybe you've not subscribed to their channel, so maybe I guess it would
No.
even out.
No.
I mean,
Thunder Road? Me?
Well,
What?
got to scout your opponents. Got to scout. Got to watch the
I
tape.
scout them, but I'm not. No.
No, well, it's the easy way to get the notifications to watch the match. I mean, I could look at it from that standpoint. And Rick says much love to you. Thank you, Rick. We appreciate you, Rick. And boy, Zilla, you are not going to be a Zilla fan because now Dean Mosley's my most favorite wrestler.
No hater over here.
He's been here for one match. I mean, there's many other wrestlers.
Hey, Zilla, he can be your favorite wrestler. That's all you, brother.
Oh, well, let's get to some more comments. All love everywhere I go unless you want to open the red door, then that's a different story. Just saying. Mr. Tafua, he is the king now. King Tafua. I mean, King Tafua wants more championship gold. Yeah. He's here Sunday. I'm just pointing it out. He is here Sunday, and he will definitely. And he met Dean. I'm sure you heard about this. He did meet Dean Mosley on Sportswire, and Dean Mosley, he was very upset. But Mr. Tafua did. He's my roommate, and obviously he did say that he hacked into the system. And I mean, I'm not going to certainly again tell my roommate he can't show up. I mean, listen, that's how it goes. I mean, you know the deal. You're not going to tell your tag team partner, the EPWA Cisco, to go move elsewhere. No, work smarter, not harder. Hit the sub button for DB again. We do have to make up for the unsub of Thunder Road. And there you go. A lot of people are here. And if you like to see some of our content, hit the sub button for us. And also, what we have to get in the well, Mr. Tafua says, what do we have to get in the EPWA? Well, what's that supposed to mean?
What you have to get? What is it? What does he have to do to get in the EPWA?
Well, what does he have to do to get in the EPWA? Yeah, I mean, what do you have an idea? Maybe you have an in. You have a way.
That's
maybe
above me. Hey, look, that's where I train at.
Yes.
So I train at Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance. So that's above me. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I don't know. I mean, obviously, Mr. Tafua wants to be everywhere, and he's certainly done a good job.
I know he wants to be everywhere, and I'm really interested in that. Kind of see.
I would too. I would love to see Mr. Tafua in more places. Yes, we'd love to see that, and I do want to put it out there. And speaking of other people, who is here on his birthday, February the 13th, the gentleman of exquisite caliber, Godric Sandwell, another man you know very well, wanted to say, good to see you.
Yes, sir. Nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you.
Good man. A good man. Godric Sandwell is an interesting man. And, he's in part responsible for what happened to Phoebe Harper. And he had his own opinions about what had happened. And I'm sure Mr. Sandwell will be a huge topic Sunday night. But since I see even more people here, do me a favor. Hit the sub button for DB Rivera. I want to get DB to 85 subs. I see right now we're at 82 subs. So that means tonight we got 6 subs. I got 18 people here. You're coming in here for the first time. You've supported me. You've been so gracious in helping me get all the WWE wrestlers on here, all these big musicians, but now I need your help. I need your support and going out there and hitting the sub button for DB Rivera. DB told me if he doesn't get another sub or two, he's never coming back to Sportswire. He told me he's never going to talk to me again. He's going to just let Dean Mosley come on here for each month. So you got to go out there and do me a favor. I'm trying to stand-up comedy, but no, hit the sub button for DB. He's an awesome guy, and we're going to get to this next, I promise. But I do want to give you something because I want to share my screen because I know you've been so gracious in your time. I want to be gracious in all you do for our sport because it's DB Rivera Day on all Sportswire radio platforms. And it's 1/26/26. It's your day today. So I'll give you the physical copy when we're off the air. Give me your email and we'll take care of that for you. I know it's not quite the same as holding one half of the EPWA Tag Team Championship, but nevertheless, this is yours. And thank you for everything you do and giving us the opportunity to share all the great stuff that you've done. And thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you so much, Tom. That means a lot to me, brother.
Well, no, you mean a lot to us, and I can see your peers, whether Mr. Mosley will admit it or not. You mean a lot. But we are here on Sportswire Radio. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. We are here with the one and only DB Rivera, and the topic that I'm probably most excited to talk about with you here. Not to say that any other topic hasn't, but it's the topic which I talk a lot about here in this platform, and that is the WVWF. And you were on the poster for next weekend's show, Love and War. And I was curious because it seemed to me like, I guess you might want to say there was Love and War with Friday's guest, who are going to be here 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the WVWF Tag Team Champions, Cease and Desist, who you just battled against alongside Bam Allen, who I got to tell you, Bam Allen, shout out to him, this up and comer. But you got to talk to me about this match and just kind of this confusion that you had here, and just what happened and where do we go from here with you and next Saturday's show?
So, kind of what you were speaking on, me and Bam Allen. He was a new upcoming competitor I've never met before. Mm-hmm. Whenever I ended up getting to WVWF, I ended up spending the couple hours that I ended up getting to the show early before to get to know him, and we ended up trying to build that little bit of chemistry that we could build before the match. And one thing that just right off the gate was his ribs was wrapped up. He was injured. And I seen the video of the draw, which again is my first time there. I don't know who the draw is. I keep hearing the draw.
They have been a topic here for months. For months, they've been a topic. Yep.
So whenever I seen that my tag team partner was about 25% of his 100%, I know that I was probably going to have to do the majority of that match by myself. And there was a time that Bam Allen ended up hitting a frog splash on both Dan Lasers and Chris Phoenix. Yep. And again, he was just too injured to go for the cover, which I think it was right there. I mean, if he would have had the cover, I think that we would have ended up walking out with the tag team champions.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's no question that you were looking to come in here, and there's no question in the lead up to the match, you came in here with a lot of fanfare. There was a lot of people, as I was talking about this match and elsewhere, were really excited to see what you would bring to the table, especially with your own success in EPWA. And, you know, Day Jamison had brought you up when he was here. And there's no question you are a phenomenal talent, and you delivered as advertised, and especially, again, in the magnitude of this crowd. So maybe you feel then if you would have had a Bam Allen at 100%, instead of this Friday talking with the WVWF Tag Team Champions, maybe right now, DB Rivera, I'm already talking with one half of them, huh?
100%. 100%. And again, I have all love and respect for Dan Lasers and Chris Phoenix, as you've seen after that match. I mean, there's nothing but love and respect there. But at the end of the day, I know what I can do. And just seeing and getting to know Bam Allen, I know what he can do. And I 100% think if he was healthy and ready to go full 100%, you would be looking at one half of the WVWF Tag Team Champion.
Now, they're going to be here, as I stated, Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Cease and Desist. And since they've been the champions, they come on here pretty much every month to talk about the shows. And obviously, I don't know if the Tag Team Championships are still on your mind, or it's put onto the back burner because of this whole fight right now between the draw and the WVWF. So what is your thoughts on that then going into next Saturday?
So my thoughts going into next Saturday is definitely keep my eyes open in every angle. You know what I mean? As you said, the draw came out after the match, and the last time they seen me was not the best encounter. And again, I don't know what I'm doing whenever I'm at WVWF. And so therefore, my eyes are open every angle just in case I would have to be prepared for something with the draw.
So then temporarily, this would put you maybe on the same side as Cease and Desist, because we know that Cease and Desist for months has been dealing with the draw. As a matter of fact, they took the Tag Team Championships. I know this was not prior to you being here and such, but I mean, they have been in a war with them and other guys. Nate Steele has certainly been up and down with it. I mean, there's just a number of different people that have been in on this fight with Team WVWF first to draw. But I guess then at the moment, this would put you on the same side as cease and desist, or am I putting words in your mouth?
I would definitely see why you would say that. I wouldn't necessarily say on the same side. I mean, we definitely have a mutual opponent with these with within the draw. But to say the same side, I mean, if another opportunity would come up that me and Bam Allen would get another opportunity to go for them WVWF championships, I mean, I'm not here to make friends. Even though I'm here to spread love and I'm here to, yes, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't want it to get confused. I'm not here to just make friends. I am here to prove why I am too row to quit.
And you know what? I mean, listen, in this sport, it's a dog eat dog business. Everybody's here for themselves. And there's no question that, yeah, you want to do things the right way. But at the end of the day, you want to get more championship gold. I mean, listen, Tafua was here in the chat. Jameson was here in the chat. These guys have got multiple championships. And why not you? And why not make a splash and take another championship and have two tag team championships in the state of West Virginia? Huh?
Exactly, Tom. Exactly, Mr. Tom. And you said it right out my mouth. You know what I mean? It's I've been putting the work in at all these different places. I mean, the opportunities has been given. You know what I mean? And I'm a person that I hold myself accountable. If I have the opportunities and I don't come out on top, I hold myself accountable for that situation. And I'm ready for more opportunities to come, and I'm ready to show why I am deservable of them opportunities.
And I put the footage up, and obviously, thank you to Courtney. Hit the sub button for Courtney. But you came out and were confused. You were standing there and you didn't know what to do. And Courtney talked about this, and I mean, just there it is. There's that footage, and you were.
And I want to talk about that because Miss
I
Courtney
want
was
to
on here
hear
and
it.
she kept saying that she warned me and she warned me.
Yes.
And yes, she did keep saying the draw, but I don't know who the draw is. That's like if,
Mm.
and I love Miss Courtney with all my heart. And that's what I was sitting
Yes.
here trying to tell her. I was like, I didn't know. I don't know who the draw is. Like, yes, that is them, but I don't. Who is that the draw? Is that them? Like what should, and then look, once I figured out I did go back in there. As you see right here, I end up going back in there and I see them face to face. And by the time I could do anything, I had the rest of the locker room coming out to help me, probably because they knew what the draw was capable of. I'm guessing now,
Mm.
but I didn't know who the draw was. Sorry, Miss Courtney.
So this confused you, this situation, because again, you were in a match that was to be for the tag team championships. You came in here again with a lot of fanfare, a lot of hype, and your job was to win those tag team championships with Bam Allen. And we knew Bam obviously was not 100%. And then on top of this whole situation with the draw and the WVWF, which again pertains to the likes of Cease and Desist, Josh Jade, Nate Steele, and others, but you have nothing to do with that. You're not here in the WWF until that weekend, that
Right.
day at
Right.
New Heat. So for you, this situation, you're put in maybe an awkward position.
Exactly, Tom. I didn't know I didn't know who the draw was. Like again, Courtney kept saying, "DB, watch out for the draw." I seen the video of the draw. I seen the quick video, and again, that quick video didn't give me no real reference of who the draw was. You know what I mean? I knew that it was a couple of bigger guys that was
Yep.
capable of handling business.
Aaron James, the WVWF champion, Tony Sane, Wyatt Black, who's certainly a controversial figure. We're not going to bring him up today, Jameson. I mean, let's leave it at that. But I mean, this is a group that's obviously had a lot of success. Again, Aaron James goes without saying. Wyatt Black, I mean, Tony Sane, and Nate Steele. I was in the group, but wasn't in the group. So it's a group that's definitely an imposing one. That's definitely been giving a lot of trouble to the WVWF guys. But again, this has nothing to do with you, and you were here to
Right.
do a job, which was to win those tag team championships, which is kind of why, again, you're put in a tight spot.
Exactly, Mr. Tom. And now that I know Aaron James and Wyatt Black and Tony Sade, it's I'm keeping it all in my head. So whenever I go back to WVWF, I already know what I have to keep in the back of my mind and look for whenever, you know what I mean? So I'm not slipping. I'm not slipping this time.
No, no. Listen, I don't think anyone expects that from you. And we're going to be talking a lot about the WWF here between now and February 7th. And I want to announce that the poster is up, which you can go here
Sure.
at February 7th, 2026, next Saturday. Doors open 6 o'clock, bell time 7 p.m. And that
Be
little
there.
logo you might recognize, which is the Sportswire logo. But of course, we know the building, it's ingrained in our heads. The Richardson Building, 325 7th Street in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Beautiful Parkersburg. There is children under 5 for free. Tickets at the door are purchased. It's only $10. $10. So I
Can't beat it.
highly recommend that you be there. And season this is going to be here Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. There's the one and only James Enoch, and there is you and Dean are definitely intertwined. You guys are definitely
Don't say
intertwined
that,
because
Tom. Don't say
well,
that,
I
Tom. Come
can't help
on,
it.
brother.
Look at the poster. Whoever designed the poster, I mean, I don't know if that's what it is, but and also Mr. Mosley, I don't think is too happy about that either. But hey, that's how it goes, and I'm sure we'll be asking Mr. Lasers and Mr. Finks a lot about this, and even Mr. Tafua. And I think we have Maverick coming on here. Cody Maverick will be
All
on
right.
here between now and the 7th. Cody Maverick, and maybe you want singles gold. I mean, Cody Maverick got the King of the Mountain championship. I could
Yeah.
certainly bring you up, and Cody's another guy that's been out there, and I'll be sure to bring your name up. But don't worry, your name will get brought up a lot between now and next Saturday. I promise you, your name. We'll be plugging the YouTube channel and such, and
Looking forward to it.
I'll get to a few more comments, and I want to ask you a few other things. And I could, Mr. Mosley does not want words in his mouth, and I should integrate myself by saying King Tafua. That'll be Sunday's show. And Mr. Rivera, sir is unnecessary. Godric is sufficient. And I would like to be addressed as sir while the subject is relevant. The draw are a merry brand of miscreants, certainly tougher customers as they come. Thank you for
Keep it
the
in mind.
pun. Hit the
Keep it in
sub
mind.
button for Courtney. And I'm not the only one who dislikes DB Rivera. Color me shocked. And
Color me shocked.
kind of you, Cone Boy.
Color me shocked. What is that?
Well, I mean, it's not Color Me Bad. I mean, which was a group once upon a time, and we're gonna definitely, hopefully, dream on a little bit here, and definitely move on and talk about some other things. But I wanted to ask you. There's somebody else that you're sort of intertwined with, but you haven't met in the ring. There's this guy. Speaking of a place you've been to, is the WDWA. Now, Mr. Mosley has more than crossed paths with this individual. He was a guy that once upon a time was the WDWA light heavyweight champion, the Blaze Ace Christian. Man, I know for a very long time. I've known this kid and I've seen him move up the ranks from backyard wrestler, underground wrestler to now pro wrestling champion. I was wondering if you heard of him, and maybe one day I could see you once upon a time wrestle this guy, the Blaze Ace Christian.
So of course I've heard of the Blaze Ace Christian.
I figured
I
that. I knew that. Oh, I knew
have
that.
not crossed paths with him yet. I don't think I've ever been in the same
No.
locker room as him.
Yeah, but he's been in the
Um,
WWA like you have in the past, and that's certainly I would love to see when he returns out there, whether it's in the WDWA or EPWA or the WVWF, maybe.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I would like to see that. I would definitely like to see
That would
that.
be awesome.
Also, I understand before we get to a few final things, you are going to be wrestling in House of Pain Wrestling. You want to talk about that coming up here? You are going to be a part of them.
So yes, sir. House of Pain Pro Wrestling. It's I've been there before. Made my debut in a match against Sunkiss Owen Maverick.
Oh,
Me and
yes,
him.
I definitely know Owen Maverick. He's come up on here. Yep, I know him.
Yes, sir. I've been in a match with Sunkiss Owen Maverick, and man, once again, just talking about young, hot, upcoming talent that will just surprise you. I mean, that's just another kid, Owen Maverick. I mean,
Yes.
talented above his age for sure.
Yep.
I mean, definitely surprised me for sure.
Hmm.
But House of Pain, my one of my tag team partners that I used to team with, his name is Killer Kylo Kane.
Yes, I know that.
We were had a team named Accelerate. We were the Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance tag team champions at a point in time, and that's over there at House of Pain. He trains over there at House of Pain, and so I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna see what they're getting into over there. And they told me to bring my bags and bring my gear, and we're gonna gear up and see what's hitting over there in Charlestown, West Virginia.
Oh, absolutely. Charlestown, West Virginia is definitely going to be the place to be for that. And House of Pain Pro Wrestling is a place we'll be talking about. Owen Maverick, like I said, is a name I've talked about on here. So a lot of familiar faces, and I'm sure we'll talk more about that. But I do want to point out before we get to a few final things, Mr. Rivera is at 84 subscribers. So we got him 8 subscribers tonight. So do me a
Let's
favor. I,
go.
I got one more. I got one more spot to plug it. So if you're out there,
Let's
you
go.
haven't subbed to his account, let's get him to the magic number of 85. You came through for me. You delivered. All you got to do is give him one more sub, and the guy
Let's
will have
go, baby.
gained 9 subscribers here tonight. That means that's 9 more people that are going to see DB Rivera content. So you know the drill.
Go.
You've supported me. Now I need you before we sign off here to go out there and hit the sub button because he needs just one more to get to 85. So I promise you, if you're out here and you support me, Dean Mosley will be coming on here permanently each month and no more DB Rivera. So if you don't hit the sub button, Dean Mosley will be coming on here for the next one. I try to have fun. I try to
I hear you, Tom. I
yeah,
hear
I
you,
know.
Tom.
I know you do. Yeah, Dave sometimes doesn't like that. But all right. So I know we got a few more things to talk about. So let's get to closing thoughts. Do you have any final words you want to say, first of all, between now and next Saturday when it comes to Love and War and the WWF? Any final things on anything else you might want to say, or maybe even final words to Friday's guest, Cease and Desist?
Hey, cease and desist. Look, I know that last time we seen each other, it was all love and respect. But I know if that opportunity comes back up again, I don't know what's gonna get thrown at me. But I know if that opportunity gets thrown at me again, I'm gonna come hungrier than I did last time. I know people was talking a lot about last match. They're gonna be talking more about this next one if that opportunity comes up. So you know what I mean. I'm gonna be staying hungry, and again, I'm ready to prove why I am too real to quit.
Yeah, I got to be honest. That was one of the better tag matches I've seen in the WWF. I know a lot of people really, match of the night. I mean, it was just, it was. I got to say, I've been a big fan of the WWF almost for the past year, and that was one of the matches that I was really, really excited to watch, and it delivered. And think about this before we sign off. That was with Bam Allen, not at 100%. So could you
Right,
imagine at
right.
what that match could have been with Bam at 100% alongside you? I mean, there's definitely endless possibilities. And also, before we sign off, Friday's guest, Mr. Rarebird, likes to say, I subscribe, brother, and I'm always down for any challenge that comes my way. So obviously the challenge has been laid out, and I think
Let's
that
go.
is a sign certainly of things to come. And thank you, Mr. Rarebird, for subscribing. And I hope that we can get that one more subscriber. But before I let you go, do you have any final words for anything we'll see you in when it comes to the EPWA or Strong Style Lucha?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have a triple shot. Triple shot coming up. You can see me Thursday, Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance. You can see me Friday. I think it is at House of Pain.
Yes.
You can see me Saturday at WVWF. And then the next week, February 14th, I will be at Strong Style Lucha. So we're staying busy. And again, that Thursday before that, we will be at Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance again. So look, we're staying busy, Tom, and we thankful for all the opportunities, and you know what I mean. We staying blessed out here, and we staying thankful.
Absolutely. No, we definitely want to stay blessed. We definitely want to stay very, very thankful. And you are definitely going to be a part of that. I want to say hello to my friend Maria out there. Also, everybody here, before we sign off, I'm going to do it one more time before we get to closing thoughts. I really want to get this man to 85 subs. I promise that we'll do it. We're one away. So if you have a
One.
chance and you have somebody out there that hasn't subbed, you can do that there now. And I would really appreciate that. And, it has been a lot of fun having you on here tonight. I want to pass the baton, and anything else you want to plug, Sarah, say now the floor is yours.
Hey, Tom, I appreciate you for having me, brother. I'm thankful for everything, brother. Appreciate you, man.
That's it. Listen, you know what? Simple as that. And I am very excited to see DB Rivera. He definitely delivered and some. And I am definitely excited for the future and wherever it may be, especially coming up here in EPWA. You're going to see him in House of Pain Pro Wrestling. You're going to see him in Strong Style Lucha on Valentine's Day. And here in our home company, the WVWF, that is next Saturday, Love and War. and we're going to be talking about that a lot this week and next week. And Friday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The man at DB Rivera is still out there in the ring. The WVWF Tag Team Champions, Hype Man Dan Lasers, and the Rare Bird Chris Phoenix will be here Sunday. Daniel Tafu and probably a slew of WVWF roster members will probably be here because they have a lot of things to say about Mr. Tafu. He'll be like John Wick when John Wick was trying to get killed in John Wick 3. That's going to be Daniel Tafu. You know, like all the guns pointing, knives pointing at him. That's going to be Daniel Tafu his episode. I'm not lying. It's really
I believe
truth.
you. I believe you.
It's really the truth. He is my roommate. I'm just saying the obvious here. So, nevertheless, we love Mr. Tafu. But my friend, I want to thank you so much. Thank you for all you do for us. It was such a great time I had here with you, and
Yes,
and I really am excited for you in the ring. You are such a tremendous talent. You are such a tremendous guy outside the ring, and I can't wait to see you back on here next month. And looking forward to seeing you, especially in the WVWF next Saturday.
Yes, sir, brother. I appreciate you for having me again, brother.
Absolutely, anytime. And that is DB Rivera. He is one half of the EPWA Tag Team Champions. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. You have voice figuratively and literally all music and all wrestling matters here. If you're here, you like us, you're welcome to subscribe. But most importantly, hit the sub button for DB Rivera. We really appreciate it. We know we'll get him to 85 subs regardless. But we'll be back here tomorrow night with Joey Knight Jr. of HCW and Superstar Pro Wrestling in the great state of Texas. Joey Knight Jr. will have a few things to say there. But until then, follow DB Rivera. Check him out on Facebook. Check out EPWA, Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance. Please follow them on Facebook. You can hit the sub button for us. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one, Global Radio, that is Sportswire Radio with all music, all wrestling matters. Be safe out there on the roads, everybody. Have a great night. God